Well, howdy! My name is Lou Bolton. I've written a book called Smoky Mountain Jack-Tales of Winter and Old Christmas. I'd like to read you one of Jack's adventures right now. And you can join in if you'd like. Jack and the Golden Eggs. Once upon a time ago, in the Smoky Mountains, there lived a feller named Jack. Now he lived with his mama in the Sugar Lands, but life was not sweet for them. It was a struggle to make ends meet. Now and then they could scrape together a little money from the eggs they sold from the hens they had. This one time, Jack gathered up a dozen eggs to sell. Now they looked like quite ordinary brown eggs, but as luck and pluck would have it, they turned out to be golden. Well, Jack hit it down the trail with his basket of eggs, headed to White Oak Flats. As Jack had often found, a long walk is often shorter with a song. You got to do what you do, what you do, what you gotta do when life's a jip. You gotta do what you do, what you do, what you gotta do. With eggs, don't trip. Well, after a mile of walking, Jack came to a cross trail and sat down on his usual resting stump. Before long, he saw some men hurrying down the Sugar Lands trail. Huffing and puffing they were. It turns out that they were educated men. They had been studying nature up in the mountain. These guys were wise, as in thought they were smart. And they were plenty smart enough to run away from a bear. That's what they were doing. Hurrying down the trail, huffing and puffing, running from a black bear. When they got to the crossroads, they stopped to catch their breaths. They were plenty upset and in a fret, talking about that big black bear. Now their leader, Elliot, was a man with a plan. He pulled out something from his pack and unwrapped it. A quart jar of clear liquid. It wasn't water. It was what some folks called white lightning, white mule, Mountain Dew. Men, I was saving this until we got to the trailhead, but I think we need it now. Take a sip of this genuine Sugar Land Shine to help calm your nerves. It might be just what the doctor ordered. Each of the men took a swallow, followed by a sudden expulsion of air. The white mule had a kick to it. And the leader was right. The kicker liquor helped to untangle their jangled nerves. Hillbillies may not be too smart, but they do know how to make frisky whiskey. They all agreed on having another shot of shine. Well, that corn juice helped to spruce up their spirits. Now that they were more relaxed, Elliot said, well, I'll count heads to be sure all 12 of us are here. And he counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. You see, he didn't think to count himself. Now, you and I are smart enough to count ourselves, right? And those men were smart too, all of them. They were book learned, by darn. Elliot was upset and got into a fret again and said, only 11. One of us is missing. One man must have fallen off the mountain. But Albert, a second wise man, disagreed. Oh, El, you must have miscounted. You're just word smart. I am number wise. I'll count and show that you are wrong. But first, could we have another taste of that delicious mountain beverage? Well, it was more than all right with Elliot. So the wise men passed the jar around again. Then Albert counted heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But number wise Al didn't think to count himself. And no one realized it. I don't know why. Maybe it had a little something to do with a Mountain Dew. Anyway, Albert was upset and got into a fret, said, "The numbers don't lie. One of us is missing. I deduce one man, forsooth, was eaten by that sharp-toothed, burly black bear." Well, they got all agitated like they had ants in their pants. But being all educated, they decided the only thing they could do was what educated people do. Take a vote. They voted and agreed on two things. One, they agreed that they did not know what to do about their predicament. Two, they voted to drink more moonshine while the sun shined. And being educated men, they carried out their plan to the last drop. After another round or two of Mountain Dew, they were still in a quandary and still hadn't a clue about what to do. But they were in much better spirits. Jack, of course, had observed everything that was going on and always wanted to help those in need. He moseyed on over and said, "Well, howdy, I'm Jack. I couldn't help but overhear about your problem. Fellers, it happens I'm from this neck of the woods, in case you can't tell." Well, they smirked and shot glances at one another. "And I reckon I might could help you to find your lost sheep." Well, the wise men were grateful for the offer of help and promised Jack a bit of gold apiece if only he could find the missing man. Well, now, so you say they was 12 of you, right? Well, it just so happens I got a dozen eggs in my basket here, and they gonna help me find your lost man. It was at this point that the educated men became doubtful that a dumb hillbilly could help them find their man. Not with a basket of eggs. Ridiculous! They began to glance at one another, wink, and snicker. Then Jack felt something. The hair on the back of his neck bristled. Jack was egged on. And 12 eggs is a dozen, ain't it, cousin? "As sure as Jack rhymes with quack," said the leader. "Quack! Shucks! That's what a duck says. Quack!" And as he said quack, Jack cracked an egg on Elliot's head. Said, "Well, that's one."
Quack.
Before the men realized what was going on, Jack cracked an egg over Al's wise head. Quack!
Quack.
And said, "Now, that would be, how many? What come after one?" Well, the smarty pants all snickered. But the mathematician shushed them and said to Jack slowly, as if he were simple, 1 plus 1 equals 2. "Oh, 2 with egg goo. Shucks, I reckon you'ns best help me count the rest." And he cracked one egg on the head of each of the other men. And they all helped him count to 11. You helped too. Quack! 3. Quack! 4. Quack! 5. Quack! 6. Quack! 7. Quack! 8. Quack! 9. Quack! 10. Quack! 11. When he got to the last man, Jack cracked the 12th egg over his head. Quack! Said, "That there is 12. Here is your missing man." Well, the 12 wise men gasped, but they were no longer upset or in a fret. They clapped their hands. They slapped the missing man on the back. They shook Jack's hand. They thanked him for finding the lost soul. And just as they had promised, each wise man gave Jack 1 bit of gold. So Jack thanked them and turned to home. He hid it back up the mountain, not with an empty basket, but with 12 golden eggs instead. And down the mountain, none the wiser, went the 12 eggheads. And that's the story, Jack and the Golden Eggs. And thanks to the Smoky Mountain Hillbillies for helping out.